This episode is sponsored by Mint Mobile, and we have an especially exciting announcement. We want to hear your scorching hot reality TV takes, and that's why we've partnered with Mint Mobile to open the Hot Take Hotline, where you can leave a voicemail message and give us your reality TV takes. Give us your hot takes, thoughts, and theories, and we'll read and react to the best ones on an upcoming episode of Reality Recap. All you have to do is call 1-855-MINT-TLK, or if you prefer the numbers, that's 855-646-8855 and leave us a voicemail. Again, just call 1-855-MINT-TLK or 855-646-8855 and leave us a message. This summer, don't get burned by your old wireless bill. Make the switch to Mint Mobile. Get 3 months of unlimited premium wireless service for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/VIALL. That is mintmobile.com/VIALL. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fee extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Buying your first home feels like freedom until something breaks. Many new homeowners face a home system or appliance breakdown in year one. An AC repair alone can be expensive. American Home Shield can help protect your wallet when the items you rely on break down. Like your HVAC, plumbing, electrical, and appliances. If AHS can't repair your covered item, they'll replace it no matter the age. Visit ahs.com/viallfiles for 20% off any plan today and see promo details. That's ahs.com/viallfiles for 20% off. See ahs.com/contracts for details, including fees, limitations, and exclusions. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I am your host, Nick, joined by my beautiful wife, smart, gorgeous, talented, also has an audition this week. Wife is maybe becoming an actress.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's not jinx it, guys. I just got like a self-tape.
She didn't even ask. It was like, someone just be like, hey, we want you to audition. And I was like, people understand.
Oh, so she's off her audition only.
I'm off for audition only.
Yeah.
So the next time you see me, I will be acting with
She's
Margot
very good.
Robbie and Jason Statham, of course.
Of course. Your FYC campaign starts now.
I'm in the next Fast and Furious.
Huge.
We have a great episode lined up for you today. Madison from Love is Blind is joining us, involved in some drama. There's a new batch of episodes. We're going to focus on episode 7 and let the rest of you guys catch up on the episodes. That being said, Madison has some drama and a lot of these episodes coming up. So we'll dive into Madison. If you haven't heard the He Said, She Said episode between Patrick and Casey, that is on Tuesday's episode of Reality Recap. Also, guys, I'm into Potomac. I'm into it.
It
love
rocks.
It's fun. Bad breath drama. That's what I live for. Just petty, like meaningful, real life. Everyone can relate to the friend with bad breath.
But it's also like the best way to bring someone down, because it's like,
that's a stain.
Yeah, and they can't be like, well, you're lying because like you can smell your own breath.
And the most beautiful people can have the worst raunchy breath.
And sometimes it's like a rotten tooth.
Or bad gut. I won't say who. I think some of the people in the household know. There is a Bravo celebrity that when I met, stunning person, and I was sitting next to them, and halitosis to the mostest. And it was just like,
not halitosis to the most.
Sometimes it's not halitosis.
Crazy.
Sometimes it's...
This was.
Okay, dentist Viall, sorry. Sometimes it's just like people who don't floss and they like just have like a piece of steak from 4 years ago still in their back molar,
And this is where shame really plays its part. Like Natalie, obviously not a fan of the weed smoking, which I haven't done in too long. But when I do smoke weed, Natalie lets me know that she thinks my teeth are rotting. And when I don't floss, she also shames me into thinking I have the worst breath, which...
Because what do you say back to that of someone being like, hey, it smells like you have a rotten tooth?
I feel the most ugly when Natalie shames my breath.
Well, yeah, because she has to kiss you.
Because it reminds me of halitosis to the mostest.
You can't recover from someone saying you have bad breath.
No.
Like that will always label
No,
you.
You can. You can't. That's a
You
that's a
can
fix.
medically.
But what, you show up to the next party and be like,
You're like, smell me.
hey.
Yeah. We've all been stinky before.
The best way to do that is just to walk into a room without bad breath and you're like, what can you say about me? Just my personality? Exactly.
I mean, if you have a history of it, we can also just be like, I don't want to get that close. you know?
They're always
Yeah.
going to say that, though. Yeah.
Exactly.
We also have Real Housewives of Miami Reunion Part 1 we didn't talk about last week. We're getting into. We have Salt Lake City, which, like, this was like a weird episode of everyone, like, mending fences and getting along. Little bore.
I don't need to see it.
It's not real.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah.
we got a tease of something pretty incredible that might happen, which is Meredith and Angie team up.
I guess. But also, like, I need a little background on Mary's family tree. And, like, the phrase my church just threw me every time she said that.
Oh.
My
yeah.
church. My church?
It is her
hers?
church.
We've been saying that she is Mary.
She's the pastor. Her grandmother was the owner
That painting was wild.
of the
That's her grandmother.
church.
It's awesome, isn't it?
And then her grandma, like, this is the weird part where in the first 2 seasons, and Mary helped me out here because I'm a little fuzzy on it too. But I guess the grandma in her like last testament while dying wanted Mary to marry her husband, who's
Yes.
not her biological grandfather,
Well, and wasn't it
Yes,
none
her
of the
step-grandfather.
sisters wanted to fulfill that?
to fill the role. The mom thought she was going to. I don't understand why Mary had to marry the husband.
I don't know.
It seems like it gave her a beautiful life, though.
100%. And she's
Yeah.
still happily married to Robert Sr. today. So
Also, I just want to say, I think the Potomac cast is the hottest collective group of housewives.
period.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're all hot, but Potomac
They
is
have
hot.
the most I would's.
Yeah.
That statement.
I mean, Giselle is very hot. Her eyes.
I would too.
Mm-hmm. Ashley Darby.
I mean, I'm just, Ashley
Ashley-
Darby. Is that
yeah.
her name?
Yes.
Gorge. Even
Right.
even bad breath, doesn't he?
Stacy.
Her face card's pretty great.
No, none
Yeah.
of them declined.
Her face card when her mouth is closed. Yeah.
Well, I can't smell it on TV.
I felt bad
Exactly.
for her.
I know,
Yeah.
Stacy.
She doesn't look it.
No. I actually no. This goes in the category of like something in your teeth. I had a group of friends, and one of the friends was like had bad breath, and then the other friend came to me and said, "Do we say something to her?" And I was like, "Absolutely! Like, don't embarrass her. Take her aside, grab a cup of coffee in the nicest possible way."
Grab a cup of coffee. It's only going to make it worse.
Throw some acid on that fire.
Yeah, go eat some garlic, have some red onion.
Literally.
I'm just-
Have a couple onions.
But like, don't walk around and let your friend. You need to let them know because you can do something about it. Like,
Yeah.
and honestly, when you have bad breath, you don't know about it. Like, be a friend. Don't let your friend walk around just like having people being like, "Oh my god,"
Well, don't tell her in front of the group.
Yeah.
No, not in front of the group. Don't embarrass them. But
Take
like,
her
pull-
to a cup of coffee.
Take her to a dental expo. This is how we brush our teeth.
Yeah.
A dental convention.
A dental convention.
Yes.
What's the line of going too far? Like, okay, you could tell somebody if they have something in their teeth, if they smell bad, if their breath smells bad, but like, what's the line?
I think if it's something that they truly can't like change.
Yeah, if it's not fixable,
Yeah, I think it's like after a haircut.
it's like your face is broken. Ooh.
No, my aunt one time after I got a tattoo was like, I don't really like it. And I was like, well, it is permanent, so thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing I can really do about that now.
I also
so.
think if it's not hurting anyone else, then like, but if it is like bad breath like that or something, or if it's something truly embarrassing, if it's coming from a good place.
But I will say sometimes you end up looking like the asshole because there is like a condition or something and that you didn't know about. And they're like,
Mhm.
oh, and you're like,
Right.
okay, I'm the asshole. I'm so sorry. I was just trying to help you.
Well, halitosis is a condition. It's a condition of the of having an unhealthy gut. But like, and it's not an easy.
I thought it was
fi-
a gum disease.
I'm not a dentist. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure there's things you can do about it. You can change your diet, like, and it's worth it. Like, it's not like a mint problem.
Unless it is genetic, yeah.
Halitosis, commonly known as bad breath, can be caused by various factors, including oral hygiene, poor brushing and flossing habits, gum disease, periodontal disease, tonsillitis, and dry mouth. Sometimes it's dietary factors, consuming strong-smelling foods like garlic, onions, and coffee, eating certain medications,
Not us
eating
hitting 'em
certain
all.
medications such as antibiotic to chemotherapy drugs, medical condition, esophageal reflux disease, respiratory infections, liver or kidney disease, other
There
causes,
you go,
smoking,
see?
hormonal changes, stress.
Okay, that's enough, Mary. Thank you.
That's where we get iffy.
And where's too far too is like it's like gaining weight or something. If somebody's like, oh, you could probably put the cookie down. Like, don't say that. Don't say that to me.
Well, don't be an asshole.
Speaking of cookies, Natalie has a public service announcement. Speaking of internet, I know we talked about the internet.
No. I think I just am probably an idiot, and I think I'm the only person.
Listen, you're not an idiot. You don't know, and I think a lot of people don't know. So don't shame yourself and just like be vulnerable and let the people know.
Okay, if y'all will allow me the floor, I will be vulnerable.
You're allowed the floor.
Every single time, without fail, almost immediately, when I land on a website, I accept all cookies.
I do too.
And I had no idea that you are not, you shouldn't.
You have the option to say no.
I thought it was like, you're not going to be able to view this website if you don't accept our cookies.
That's how they trick
These are
you.
the cookies we're talking about.
I know.
It's like, wait, I thought we were talking about other ones.
Mary, what do internet cookies do?
What do internet cookies
Don't they
do?
track you?
Yeah, it like basically says you can to dive in, like it's basically saying, internet, come into my house. Don't take your shoes off. Make yourself comfortable. Record everything.
So if I were to ever go missing, I feel like you have all the answers that you need. You know,
If you go missing, I will too, because I do the same exact thing.
So, okay, here's the textbook definition of internet cookies. Internet cookies are small text files that websites store on your device to remember information about you and your browsing activity, enabling personalized experiences, i.e., the government's tracking you, and saved login details, shopping cart items, site preferences, and targeted content. So it's basically how, like, when you're on Instagram and you're like, how do they get these fucking targeted ads? It's because they're tracking you.
true.
Yep.
yeah, I don't mind that actually, because sometimes I'm like, yeah, I do want this.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, thank you. I literally was just thinking about this.
No one texts to Leia or my wife anymore.
Yeah, you don't. It's like you don't mind it until Jeff Bezos shows up at your house being like, hey, I saw that you looked up halitosis causes. Are you okay?
Yeah.
We've got some recommendations.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all gonna be fed dental hygiene.
Yeah.
But now that I'm pressing do not accept cookies, I've never felt more powerful.
And it still lets you in.
And it still lets me in.
Yeah.
Step into that power, Natalie.
You know, it's like, no, please. Do you have a warrant? No, then you can't come in.
This is crazy.
I always,
Literally.
can I tell you, I view
Yeah.
it as like charity almost, you know, where it's like, hey, do you want to like donate an extra couple cents? And I'm like, yeah,
You wanna
sure.
round up?
whatever. Like, that's how I feel about cookies.
You donate
It's
your
like,
personal
yeah, sure, it's fine.
information.
I'll accept these cookies.
You want to round up?
Honestly, and if you say, do you want to round up? 9 times out of 10, I will say yes. But if you say, do you want to donate? I'll probably say no. But rounding up,
Where's your
please get me
heart?
to an even number.
yeah. For all the math geeks out there, which Natalie is not, she's like, yeah, I can't possibly. What are you charging me?
Yeah, I'm like,
97
how
cents?
much do you want me to? And then what is my total after that? I don't know. Just
Do you
round
know
up.
people used to balance a checkbook?
Yeah, I watched my mom do that.
I had to
No.
learn to balance a checkbook in school.
Same.
Never done it in my
I
life.
know how to do it.
Oh yeah, I did it in school too.
Home
yeah.
ec.
Well, a little
econ.
history lesson. Back when things were like not paperless and people like lived like they do now on a tight budget, and you would write checks, and checks would take 2 to 3 days to cash. So you would have to balance your checkbook every month to like track the few days between when the checks you would write and the checks would cash to make sure you don't go, you're not overdrawn.
Boring.
Crazy that my brain just exited my body when he started talking.
No, I don't know where I went, but I was not in this room.
Yeah.
They're like, what did you do with your credit card?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about Zelle?
What?
They didn't email you?
Venmo?
Whoa.
You didn't get an alert, a text alert saying you were close to overdrafting?
Yeah.
You guys are all geniuses.
You didn't say, what if we just print more money?
An embarrassing story.
Period. Go on.
Very, very quick one. I forgot how to write a check entirely, actually.
What?
Well, Danny usually like writes our check for rent, and he's on tour, so I had to, and I like had to look it up because I was like, I don't remember how to do this.
What are you writing a
Really?
check for?
Rent?
But there's like,
Isn't there like an online portal?
there's little
No.
things on the
I
bottom
Zelle my landlord.
Old school landlord.
with this many dollars. What do you?
It
how do you
literally
forget?
like spells it out for you.
Yeah.
It's ad libbing.
Memo line. What do you put there?
Did your brain break when you had to
Memo
like
line, what's it
spell out
for?
the amount?
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you spell 1,000?
No, it's the cents for me.
Yeah. Well, it's an even amount. I don't pay like
You don't.
my
yeah.
rent isn't
You
in
round it
cent,
up.
like yeah, it's rounded up, and so I just wrote like my rent number. It was very strange. It
And
was,
0 over 100 cents.
at one point I used to know how to do it.
We're getting dumber.
But on a fun note, are you excited getting ready for Halloween?
Yes.
No. Oh my
Halloween is
god.
my least favorite holiday.
And that's why we're in love.
Really? So do you decorate for Halloween or do you decorate for fall?
Well, now that
Fall,
I have
autumn.
now that I have a child, it's definitely like makes holidays more fun. And so like usually I would have just done pumpkins and it would have transitioned us from Halloween into Thanksgiving, and then November 1st, everything comes down and Christmas tree goes up. But now that I have a daughter, I'm like, oh, this needs to be fun. So we went to Home Goods and got all the jack-o'-lanterns, all the spooky kitties and all this stuff. And that was so much fun. But the thought of having to like come up with an idea of what to be for Halloween. It's like even before, like it kills me every year. They actually offer to give me a
Wow.
gift card, but they offered to give me a gift card right after me and Nick's mom left Home Goods getting stuff for the lake house. And I had spent so much money, and I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting for Nick's mom to finish returning the cart. And I get a text from my lovely team being like, hey, Home Goods heard you talked about them on the podcast. They'd love to give you a gift card. I'm like, oh, well, that would have been perfect 10 minutes ago, but we'll
Thank
still
you for
take
thinking
it.
of us, Home Goods.
We'll still take it. The shelves in the disrespectfully humble brag studio, Home
Home
Goods.
Sounds like a
Mm.
sponsored ad.
Wait, you
It does sound like
guys.
one.
I have a question for the room and for our audience. I am debating with my friend 2 different Halloween costumes. Right, we're either gonna do Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin.
Great.
Yeah. Or
Same way.
like I'm gonna be Lisa Rinna and she's gonna be Harry Hamlin because
It really honestly doesn't matter. They look the same.
I was
They
gonna
look the
say
same.
just buy the
Exactly.
same wig.
but I also want to do like full femme Lisa Rinna drag. I think that would be really funny.
Get it?
Or the Da Vinci twins.
Who?
Ooh.
Do you guys know who the Da Vinci twins are?
The Da Vinci
No.
twins is a
Nope.
little, they're outdated
They're
now.
two disagree.
Might
They're
be-
like these 2 twin brothers
They're
who have
himbos.
himbos and they have hair that like sticks up like 6 inches and they like talk like this and they go Da Vinci.
I lose brain cells watching
Honestly,
them,
that's you have to commit to the bit too much. If you have to speak in a different voice
I
the
know.
entire night, it's way too much work.
I know. I also am like kind of want to be hot at my Halloween party.
You don't.
Yeah.
Also, if when it comes to a Halloween costume, it can't be like, oh, who are you? Like it needs to
That.
like you need to walk in the room and people
Yeah.
need to go.
Oh my god,
oh
I
my God,
love
oh,
that.
That's so. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's so good.
But
Mhm.
here's my thing of like, obviously in this room, Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin would kill. But in a mixed crowd of my friends who are a lot of like film people, they're gonna be like, who the fuck are you?
But yeah, you know your audience for sure.
Do you think the
Yeah.
film people are gonna know the Dinkley boys?
That's crazy.
No, but like me and my friend are like stupid by choice.
They're,
so,
Mary, I think they're so dumb. Don't do the Da Vinci twins.
Ugh, okay.
Sierra, what are you gonna be?
I usually take it pretty seriously, but I tend to do it kind of later on. So right now I have no idea what I'm going to be. And I have to think of what Connor's going to be too. So
See, that's where it gets me. It's like I have to also think of what like couple now, like it has to be a group thing now, like River's involved. Like it's just too much. And last year River was a strawberry, Nick and I were quote unquote strawberry farmers. Like, okay.
you could
And
do
now
that
this
with
year I
1-year-old.
want her to be a cat because she loves cats so much. But like, what are we? The cat owners?
Big pussies.
Oh,
Wait, River can be a cat and you guys can be me and Justin.
You could be Aristocats.
But who would Nick and I be?
Edgar.
You would be not Marie, the mom, the beautiful put together white cat. River should be Marie, and then Nick is
can be,
O'Malley.
Thomas
Mm.
O'Malley.
Yeah,
Nick does give
Oh.
O'Malley.
O'Malley the alley cat.
Her. Speaking of sexy cats, your host, me, has been nominated for People Magazine's Sexiest Podcaster.
Rar.
Yes, he has.
I was not nominated last year. I
Oh.
did lose to Taylor Lautner because I can't do backflips.
Mm.
I'm also nominated against. I know I'm already going to lose because
Matt Rogers and Bone Yang.
yeah, Matt Rogers and Bone Yang are also nominated.
Well, Mary publicly said she was voting for them, so
I said, and then I said, JK, I actually did vote for you. I did vote.
and then did you vote again
and
under
then-
a different
and then you went
email?
ba- yeah, then
No,
you
no,
went
no.
back.
I got there and I stared at it for like a good, like, truly. I'm being completely vulnerable. And I was like, yeah, I have to go Nick.
Yeah.
Because it's also, I feel like it's unfair because it's 2 of them and one
It's
of
actually
you.
shocking it's a category because I never thought like something like People Magazine would put man and sexy in podcast in the same sentence.
Yeah, it seems like an oxymoron.
But also, all of the prompts are interesting. It's like sexiest man with tattoos.
Yeah,
I
Dylan
did vote-
Efron, your
I
boy
did-
Dylan Efron.
I did vote Dylan.
Also, who will be joining us on a special edition of Ask Nick, celebrity guest Dylan Efron, who is also a listener of Ask Nick and has incredible relationship insight. That is Monday's episode of Ask Nick. If you haven't joined an Ask Nick episode, you've been missing out. And if I'm not a reason to join, sexy Dylan Efron is. I was a little offended because I thought, maybe it's my butterfly tattoos that aren't so sexy. I don't know. But also there's a category for like sexiest 40-year-old, which of all the categories, I'm sorry, Derek Huff.
I did not vote
Yeah.
Derek Huff for that.
Who did you vote for?
Well, you have to vote to get to the podcasters. I had
Yeah.
to vote.
Okay.
I did vote Dylan.
Yeah.
Wait, did we just stop at 40s?
Yeah, they just stopped. There was also sexiest fictional character, which I, of course, did vote for Dr. Robbie.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can go to our link in bio on our Instagram and vote for Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang.
Give River something to brag about one day.
Yeah, it's for the kids.
My dad's the sexiest podcaster of 2025.
What if you lose to
Period.
Seth Meyers in The Lonely Island? How would that feel?
Well, right now, all I have is special forces. You know, I'll be like, I won this for you when you were just a little, like, you know, baby, little baby egg.
Special Forces is the one to brag about too.
And you made it
Yeah.
far in Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, you learned how to do merengue. I can't do that.
Speaking of which, I think it's so funny. So Tuesday night, Dancing with the Stars, it was Disney night, which is a fun category.
And all the sexy guys are always like the prince or something hot. And I'm always reminded that there was some producer on Dancing with the Stars that fucking hated me when I was on because they made me Pinocchio. And I had to shave my beard.
Maybe that's why I don't correlate you with no beard today.
Maybe.
You know?
It was my best dance. And I proudly embraced it.
I feel like I don't know who won.
Whitney and Mark,
Whitney gets the highest score every week.
25
Yeah,
out
wow.
of 30. Whitney's an amazing dancer. I'm sorry.
is.
Like, I know that the TikTok says like you don't know what you're looking at, but I'm like, no, she is
Got rhythm.
She is skilled.
No, she did great. In my opinion, I thought Alex Earl and Val definitely.
Most fun. Coolest dance.
killed
it.
Like, just the
it.
vibe of it all. Really cool. I was into it.
She's so sharp with her movements too, and I feel like she's somebody who like every week. Same with Dylan. It's like they give them notes and they come back even better.
But just like the costume and the vibe and the music, I was into it. Some of the other dances were kind of, I don't know, boring.
Yeah, like didn't love the song that Whitney and Robert chose. Like, what was that from? I thought it was Tarzan, the way he was like coming down from a stripper pole in like a floral top. I was like, this is kind of giving like Tarzan.
Speaking of Whitney and Robert, we have a very special Going Deeper with them on Wednesday. You will not want to miss that. Shameless plug. But yeah, it was it's a fun show, Dancing with the Stars. Now they're not going to go next Tuesday.
Oh.
And it sounds like
Ooh.
Dylan has something up his sleeve for next week. He kind
Wait,
of
what is the next week category?
That I don't know.
They were. I'm really proud of Dylan this episode this week because he was smiling. He looked like he was having fun. That's really important. Dylan's 100% going to the finals.
Next
You
week's
better.
Dancing with the Stars theme is Dedication Night.
What did you do for dedication?
You don't want to know.
They said that they thought that he was going to do High School Musical because of his brother in Disney.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, if I'm around next week, I've got something special planned, which sounded like he wasn't supposed to tease that. But I wonder if his dedication is going to be to his brother.
I thought he would too. And then we had Riley and Scott do High School Musical.
Scott's doing really great. I enjoy his dances. He's got
I
good
do
energy.
too.
He can dance and sing. He's a performer.
But like being as tall as he is,
Oh,
like
for sure.
he's at a disadvantage. He's
Yeah.
he's lanky.
I also think he's kind of at a disadvantage because I think he's one of the lesser known people on this cast this year.
Maybe mainstream, but he's got a massive fucking
Following.
audience.
Yeah. I know the whole acapella group, but I'm just like, I think out of everyone, I'm like, he impresses me every week. I also think Danielle Fishel did a really good job this week as well because she's somebody who I feel like is not a dancer.
I've heard she's been doing good.
And
Yeah.
she did I Want to Look Like You, I Want to Be Like You from Jungle Book.
Mm.
And their cute little costumes were cute because they look like little bears.
Oh.
That's all.
No, Jen and Jan.
That
Jen and
genie
Jan.
costume was wild.
I don't know. Seeing him as Taylor Swift's background dancer is just like so sick. But yeah, they're the costume they
was
crushed.
crazy.
I mean,
Could have gone with Aladdin, but we said no, full body dye. And I support that because that's kind of my Halloween vibe.
Can you imagine if they got eliminated this week, being fully painted in blue?
Doing
You
that
go
out.
move, please.
You go out, you go straight to Vegas to fill in for the Blue Man Crew.
every time Jen does something with her legs spread wide open, I just think about that sweet little angel baby who
Just
came
had a
out of
baby.
there not too long ago, and it hurts me.
I just
Too
think
crush.
about the fact that we had an issue with Chippendales.
Well, Zach has really evolved as a man.
Yeah, he's
No,
evolved.
100%. I think he's a great support, but I just think it's funny that I'm just
Because now
like,
she is the Chippendales.
she is the Chippendale.
Yeah. I mean, going back to Nick being the sexiest man and Special Forces being the one that you should
Support.
flex, I saw the clip of Eva drowning from the show. She deserves so much. I'm
That was
sorry. Like, she lost
crazy.
consciousness. Like, that was a scary clip to watch.
I didn't see this.
It stressed me out. Justin showed
I
it
don't
to
think
me.
people realize this how serious that show is. Like, it is not for the faint of heart, and the people who sign up for that show literally put themselves in harm's way, and you literally sign a release saying you could die. And some of the stuff they do is like
Legit.
legit
Yeah.
dangerous.
It was crazy to see someone like go unconscious though.
She was okay. It's crazy too because like every Bravo Leb is like in Eva's comments being like, "You're so strong," because you literally watch her like lose consciousness, and then I don't know if it's Rudy or whoever that was like, who are you? Where are you? Like making sure she could answer questions, and she did, but she was like catching her breath actively while like gaining consciousness.
And when something like this happens to somebody, are we immediately eliminated, or
I was about to ask, did she get like medically discharged because of that, or would they let
I
her
don't know
continue?
actually.
or do they keep her in the game if she wants to participate? I'm watching Love Island games, and there's one guy whose Chris from this past season, his finger got broken during one of the challenges, so he like immediately had to be sent home.
I thought he had basketball to play overseas.
Did you see that clip of him out that I guess some club that he was at put on a marquee coming out to his table, still not overseas?
That's so evil. That's awesome.
crazy.
Anyways, Special Forces is wild. It's no joke. Be sure to check it out. It is airing now. Madison is here, ready to join us to get into some Love is Blind controversy. I think we are fully Team Madison at this point. That was he
We
finally
definitely
admitted
need
he
a
was
part two.
drunk. Yeah, we needed
But
a
he
part.
barely admitted. He was like, maybe
I was slightly
over
overserved,
my limit.
But I deserve a medal for going and taking a nap. Anyways, Madison joins us next to get all your juicy questions answered. All you business owners out there, if you are not using ShipStation, you are missing out. Chances are some form of your business is shipping products to your customers. And if you are shipping products to your customers, you know that your shipping costs are one of your highest costs of your business. So do yourself a favor and drastically save on your shipping costs. You can get discounts up to 90% by using ShipStation. Upgrade today for a 60-day free trial at shipstation.com/viallfiles. It works with all different e-commerce applications like Shopify. It easily integrates with your inventory system. You get better metrics on your customer service to provide better customer service. You can automate your workflow, save time, and reduce human error through the unlimited number of ways to automate the fulfillment process. It has more comprehensive capabilities than their competitors. Whether you're shipping UPS, FedEx, USPS, ShipStation works with all major shippers. What I love most about ShipStation, and they have so many great features, is that it doesn't matter if you are a small business or a large business, it will grow with your business. Customers report scaling operations up to 40 times with ShipStation. There's a reason why so many successful businesses use ShipStation, because it works. It helps scale your business. You can grow with your business, provide better customer service, and most importantly, save on shipping costs. If you're a small business, you want to get the same shipping prices that usually afforded to your Fortune 500 companies. Well, with ShipStation, you can get those savings as well. 98% of companies that stick with ShipStation for a year become customers for life. That is proof of concept that can't be beat. While your customers and get rave reviews with cheaper, faster, and better shipping. Upgrade to ShipStation today and get a 60-day free trial at shipstation.com/viallfiles. There are no credit cards or contracts required, and you can cancel anytime. That's shipstation.com/viallfiles. Mack Weldon is on a mission to reinvent men's basics through smart design, premium fabrics, and a simple, convenient online shopping experience. With fall in full swing, more moments call for comfort. You can count on Mack Weldon has all the essentials for fall. Comfortable, easy layer clothes designed for cooler days and timeless style. Their new Ace line, inspired by their best-selling sweatpants, combines every comfort with long-lasting and confident looks. Explore new hoodies, half zips, sweaters, crew necks, and more at MackWeldon.com and get 20% off your first order of $125 or more with code VIALL. I absolutely love their material. It feels really good on your body. It breathes easy. You know, you can feel the quality in their clothes. You know, I'm a lean guy and I don't like things that are just like don't hold their form. Everything that Mack Weldon does absolutely does that. Their Ace pullover hoodie is something I wear all around the lake. It's so comfortable. It's cozy. It also looks great. You can dress it up. You can dress it down. It's perfect for every man's closet. Mack Weldon clothes are designed to fit your style and demands of modern life. They look like regular clothes, but feel like the latest in modern comfort. For over 10 years, Mack Weldon has designed timeless, innovative menswear to help you move through the day with confidence, even when you're just hanging around in your underwear. Their pieces are affordable. They look great. It can't be beat. Fall into comfort with Mack Weldon's Ace Collection. Go to mackweldon.com and get 20% off your first order of $125 or more with promo code VIALL. That's Mack Weldon, MackWeldon.com, promo code VIALL. I've been on my health kick in 2025. You'd heard me talk about it all the time. And a big part of our family diet has been Kettle and Fire bone broth. I used it all the time. It's got great nutrients that can't be beat. So many great nutrients in their bone broth, and it also pairs well with cooking. I use it as like a cooking stock for so many meals. Also, Natalie uses it with River. She likes making it with macaroni and cheese. It gives it some extra flavor, and the ingredients in there are great for everyone in your family. Most healthy foods leave you crashing, craving more, or just feeling unsatisfied. Well, Kettle and Fire is different. It's real nourishment that can actually feel warm and grounding and clean. No sugar crashes, no processed junk, just real food your body recognizes with comfort you can taste in every sip. It's also great for gut health and your digestion, muscle recovery and energy, and your immune function. I can't tell you the health benefits that Kettle and Fire bone broth has, and it tastes great. I absolutely love it. Our family loves it. Your kids will love it. There is no downside to having Kettle and Fire in your daily diet. It's made with 100% grass-fed and finished beef bones or organic free-range chicken bones. No additives, no preservatives, no weird stuff. Just clean, real ingredients with up to 19 grams of protein per serving. It keeps you full between meals and can help curb cravings. River loves it. Natalie loves it. I love it. Everyone in your family will love it. It's a great go-to afternoon snack. You can always feel good about your kids having some bone broth. So many health benefits that come with it. Kettle and Fire is the easiest upgrade to your routine. Comfort you can sip, steady benefits you can feel, and real nourishment you can feel good about. For a limited time, you can get a free carton of Kettle and Fire bone broth by going to kettleandfire.com/VIALL. Just buy any 3 cartons in store and they'll pay you back for 1. This works for any flavor at any retailer. You can find Kettle and Fire in over 22,000 stores nationwide, including Costco, Walmart, Target, Publix, Whole Foods, Kroger, and Sprouts. That's Kettle and Fire, KETTLE, and fire.com/VIALL. Madison, welcome to the show. So excited to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, what a wild couple episodes you've been a part of. Really, I want to say thank you for bringing the drama this season. I don't know if you probably didn't because you probably filmed right around the time they filmed in Minneapolis, but boy, that was boring. So anyways, just a selfish thank you. Anyways, I guess where do we start? Let's just start by... I always ask the same question to many of the cast members, but obviously this experiment is crazy. Joe certainly wanted us to know just how insane it was, but we do recognize the insanity of just signing up and being a part of this show. So I am just curious, were you a fan? Have you watched it? When you got this opportunity, what was going through your mind saying yes to such a crazy experiment?
Oh my gosh. I actually was a fan. I've watched Love is Blind since season 1. And I really loved it because of the way that it resonated with me as far as my eye condition goes. And I was like, this is so what I need to do to see truly, like in the long run, if this is what my life could be like. And to kind of get to explore that was just so incredible. Speaking
of your condition, just to fully understand it, is this something where at some day you will be blind, or is it you don't know and it's kind of like 50-50? Can you better explain what you have to deal with on a daily basis?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have something called retinitis pigmentosa. So it's a degenerative eye condition. It is not 100% that I will go blind. My prognosis is very up in the air. There's so much research happening right now. So really, it's a good time to have this diagnosis because of all of the research and all of the clinical trials and things that are happening. But RP case by case is so different for each person. So my RP is going to be different from somebody else's RP. I know people that are younger than me that have never driven. I know people that are 70 and still have some range of vision. So I wish I could give you a clear prognosis. I wish I had one myself. But it really is kind of up in the air. However, it is considered a blinding eye disease. So we kind of have to operate with that may be the case.
That's obviously so scary, Madison. I mean, like from a mental health standpoint, can you give us some insight, or just for the people who maybe not this condition, but have to deal or live in fear of a scary diagnosis? How do you handle that, and how do you emotionally deal with that? And what is that like dating? Maybe before you got into Love Is Blind, is that something that you would bring up on a first date? Would you wait for a while? Like, how did you handle that?
When I was first diagnosed, I was just in shock. Nobody else in my family has this condition. So I really had no information. There was no resource that I knew of to go to. And I really kind of went into denial for a long time. I was genuinely just kind of sticking my head in the sand and not wanting to address it. But I really think that monsters are scarier in the dark. So the more that you learn, the more light that you can shed on it, the easier it becomes to kind of digest. So I started doing as much research as I could. I found a community through the Foundation Fighting Blindness, which I'm now the president of the Colorado chapter. And I'm really advocating for people to, speak more to their condition. I think any diagnosis, it's a part of us, but it doesn't define us. And I think that's the biggest thing. As far as dating, it's pretty evident. I mean, if I go to a bar or a restaurant that's dimly lit, like walking in, I usually will stumble into something. I might run into a chair or honestly trip on some chairs. Like,
I mean, I do that too, and I can see just fine. So
yeah, exactly. So, it comes up pretty quickly. I like to be very open and honest about it. It doesn't fully hinder my life, but it's definitely something that a partner has to kind of help me with a little bit.
Okay. Well, let's jump into Love Is Blind. I want to start with, we know this experiment is about, not leaning into physical attraction, but, I've said this many times, I can never do this show. Physical attraction matters to me. I hope it's okay for me to say it. You are a stunning, beautiful person. That being said, how did it feel watching it back? Or maybe did you hear about it before watching it back, hearing Joe comment on your body?
Joe and I had a conversation off camera where we were just kind of talking in general about like dating and our types, I guess. And he did mention to me that he usually dates, he said it to me as more petite women. When we date, obviously, typically our partners are attracted to us and we're attracted to our partners. So hearing that, I think I internalized it a little bit. I don't know what his intention was with saying it. I think it was kind of an inside thought that was said out loud. But his words did really carry weight. And I honestly, from that comment, kind of developed an eating disorder. Moving forward, I'm healthy now, but it was something that I had never experienced before. I've always been very self-assured, very confident in my body. I think there's insecurities like anybody, but with this experiment being already so emotionally heightened, that really threw me into an insecure space. Watching it back and hearing his actual interviews was very disheartening. It was really hurtful. Again, inside thoughts being said out loud that didn't need to be said. And it made me really sad that instead of this being about our connection, it became about my appearance. And it opened the door for the rest of the world to comment further than they already will, that comes with scrutiny of being on a show like this.
Yeah, I think you said that perfectly because, again, like to your point, everyone has a type, but he does. Like Joe just has this thing where it's just like, and I'm an honest guy. I've been accused of saying things that maybe I didn't need to say, but you would think I've been shocked by Joe's seemingly lack of self-awareness when, the cameras are on, where it's just like, I guess I appreciate his honesty. I mean, the drama is giving, but did he display any of that kind of unnecessary honesty in the pods?
I'm sad you guys didn't get to see more of our journey in the pods, because I really wanted people to see who I fell in love with. I would say in the pods, there was no inside voice coming out. I would say it was, very standard conversations. It was very, in the pods, like I didn't fall in love with a monster, and that's something that I really want to make clear here. I know he's been getting a lot of hate. In the pods, he was honest in a way that felt very normal, right? I would say we're both pretty transparent and honest people. So there was nothing that kind of raised a red flag in the pods.
Okay.
Getting to Mexico, I think that first get together with everyone where to us, he was clearly very hammered. I think him and Jordan both were like well past their limit. And Nick and I kind of joked that in that 6th episode before we got to see the next batch that we were Team Joe, just because we were like, this is so obvious that he's hammered. It's like he wants to go take a nap. Like, just let him sleep it off, wake up, he'll be fine the next morning, and then you can have like a normal conversation about it. But then watching episode 7 and watching the continuation of that night, we were like, oh, wait, no, sorry. Like, now we're Team Madison. It was very clear that once he woke up, it was like he acted sober. So I assumed that maybe he had sobered up a little bit. And it's like he had zero like room in his mind to hear you out. He had his opinion on what happened, and he was going to let you sit outside and continue to cry and make you feel crazy for your feelings. Did you ever have a conversation about that wasn't filmed?
You know, I really don't think we did. We kind of were pedal to the metal right after that. You know, it's like you're filming and then you're going back to Denver. So I don't recall an additional conversation about that. Yeah.
Well, speaking of, just kind of going back to what Natalie said, for being in that moment, were you fully aware that he first of all, was he shit-faced?
I mean, I can't speak for him. I wasn't counting his drinks,
Okay.
you know, so I don't know.
So like when you were questioning him, you weren't sure about it.
Yeah, no, I honestly, when he went back, I just thought like, okay, he needed a little nap. And what you don't see is that I was at the pool party for an additional probably 4 or 5 hours. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay, he's had 4 or 5 hours to nap this off, you know? And so I was kind of given the option, hey, Madison, Joe is still sleeping. You guys are scheduled to film tonight. You can either go get your own room or go check on him. I'm like, well, and of course I want to go check on him. You know, I know he had been drinking. We'd all been drinking. Clearly he had to exit the party for that reason. So I wanted to go back and make sure he was okay. And then in my mind, I'm thinking, well, you've napped. I assume you're going to be okay, you know? And I totally understand when he woke up and was like, whoa, I get being disoriented.
Mhm.
But it was more the way that it was so confusing. I was just like, whoa, wait a second. What is going on? Like, and then it kind of continued. And you see, even into episode 7, when he seems to be fine at that point, he's still kind of going in this roundabout type of communication, asking me like, why are you embarrassed? Like, why this, why that? And it's like, I have been saying the same thing. Like, I am repeating myself ad nauseum at this point.
What were you hoping that Joe would do in that moment?
Well, I think to answer that, I have to back it up a little bit, because I was hoping at the pool party that, you know, it's our first time as a couple in a group setting. I was really hoping that he would show up a little bit more for me, maybe a little bit less for Jordan, but I was hoping that he would show up for me in a way that was consistent with the person that I loved in the pods. That's what I was mainly hoping. So I want to say then, in the moment of when I woke him up, I was hoping that we'd have a conversation of how'd you think the pool party went? Like, it was great to see the other couples. You know, what do you think of so-and-so and so-and-so? Because, you know, it's our first time seeing the guys and for them seeing us girls. So I was just hoping to continue the night and continue to develop our relationship on a positive level.
We obviously watched him and Jordan go back and forth a lot. And then we saw Jordan and Meg kind of go back to their room where she was clearly upset. And we watched how Jordan handled that. Was there any part of you watching it back that, I don't know, wished Joe would have handled it that way?
You know, I think I wish that Joe just would have had more self-awareness through the whole experiment.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that translates into this situation too, where I wish that he would have just seen that from my perspective, we're here together. You're not showing up. You got drunk. And now I'm still trying to continue this in a calm way, but I'm having a boiling over moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a culmination. It's like, I wasn't just upset about him waking up drunk. Like, whatever. That is what that is. I can handle that. I've dealt with drunk people, whatever. It was the culmination of the entire day that felt like this kind of bubbling up inside of me that was just so frustrating, confusing, and hurtful.
I'm absolutely obsessed with your phrasing of negative bitch. That was
Yeah.
hilarious.
If you want me to be a negative bitch, I can be a negative bitch.
Well, to that point where it's just like, I totally empathize with you, because like we all know this is a crazy experiment, you know? And I don't know about Joe, But like,
Yeah.
you know, what I love I love a lot of things about my relationship with my wife, but like, I want a partner that when I'm anxious, when I'm panicking, I want her to let me know it's going to be okay. When it's when she's panicking, when she's anxious, I'm
We
going to
don't
be like,
both need
we're
to
going to
be
be
like
okay. Like,
freaking
we
the
don't
fuck
need
out.
two people freaking out, being like, oh my God, the world is burning. And like, it seemed like Joe, I mean, I guess the way I took it is Joe, once he got out of the pods and things got real, like to your point, like at the pool party, you would think that every couple, every individual in a relationship would want to show up to that pool party and present as a couple, like this is my girl, this is my man, like we are together and start like laying the groundwork of a team, right? And to your point, it seemed like specifically Joe, a little bit of Jordan was like, I'm in this by myself and I'm just trying to like survive as an individual. And yeah, there was no checking in with you. There was no like holding hands, physical intimacy. And by physical intimacy, I mean just like that, just like a hand around the shoulder or the waist, or just like connecting with your partner. He was very much on Joe Island.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think in partnership, there's oftentimes bids for connection, and you kind of see me having these bids of connection at the pool party. I go up to him. I'm even trying to be silly. Like, I'm like, do I have tasteful underboob? Like, just being silly, having fun, like reading the room. And it just felt like every bid for connection was ignored. And I just felt sad. I was still very much in observation mode, right? Like seeing how do we operate? How do we move through the world together? How do you operate? How do you move through the world? But it is hard. It is sad. When your expectation doesn't meet the reality.
I know you mentioned he's been getting a lot of hate. I did realize that he has a podcast. I don't know if this started before or after Love is Blind, but where he was kind of like poking fun at the hate and comments that he's getting. How did that make you feel?
I think it was on brand for Joe. Pretty typical. Deflect, not really address what the issue is. Yeah. I mean, he has a right to react however he wants to this stuff. It's very difficult for all of us.
You also, I mean, if I remember correctly, maybe I'm wrong, but I think you did him a real good kindness by mentioning how good the sex was.
Yeah, I thought I did too.
Do you stand by what you said, or were you being really nice?
I don't think it was. Yeah, I stand by it.
Okay.
I stand by it. It was, yeah.
What are your thoughts and or opinions on Nick?
Oh, I really don't know Nick very much. I cut it off with him on day one in the pod, so I didn't get to know him on a personal level. I have heard things, right? But I don't know. I don't know him well enough to be able to have an opinion on him.
What made you cut it off with him the first day?
I just wasn't attracted to his voice.
I was like, maybe there's something that was said. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just because in episode 9, I know Joe kind of has that funny, I thought it was funny, where he was just kind of like, yeah, Nick's not the guy for me. Like, I wouldn't be friends with him. And then you kind of insinuated something. I forget who you were talking to, but you kind of said something else about, maybe it was Kate, about how like people don't like Nick.
Yeah. Again, it's all what I've heard. Like, it's all things I had heard through the boys. I mean, the boys were the ones, able to speak to that far more than we could. I guess outside of, who dated Nick, but that's what I had heard. I had heard the general consensus was not a fan.
What did you learn about yourself as an individual and as a dater through this experience?
Oh, that's a really good question, Nick. I learned, oh man, I would say I learned to trust my instinct, to really lean into that when I'm having a feeling, lean into that, trust myself 100%. I also learned a much better sense of self. I learned a better way to kind of lean into me and not allow other people's words to influence me or deviate me from my character. Yeah, I think, overall, I really just learned to love myself. Like, I really say all the time, like, I found love in the pods in more ways than I could have expected. And one of those being falling in love with myself again.
Question for the ladies, including you, Madison, everyone here. Like, do you ladies like boxers on men? Like
Yeah.
the shorts,
Boxers?
Oh,
like not the
no.
boxer
What
briefs.
length?
Like
I think
that,
I prefer
wasn't
them.
Joe wearing boxers? Like, is he a boxer guy? I don't feel like there's a lot of bunching. You know, they're like shorts.
I do like boxers.
Yeah.
I love boxers. I like a boy butt. I've said it a number
Well, that's
of
what
times.
I'm saying. But
I like a
boxers
man
don't
tush.
accentuate the butt a
The
little
boxer
bit.
briefs
boxer
are like
briefs.
the tight Calvin Klein ones that
Maybe
I
the like
think
shorts
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm
ones.
thinking.
Yeah.
I think the compression ones.
the like plaid
Yeah,
shorts
he was wearing
is
like
like boxer.
Is that what he wore
shorts.
normally? Because like in that scene
I
where
think
he
they
was
were
calling
like
you
gym
woman,
shorts.
I thought that was crazy though when he was like woman. Like okay.
Yeah, I think he was actually still wearing his swim trunks.
Yeah, I was about to
those are
say I
swim
think they were
trunks.
swim trunks.
Okay. Yeah, he must have been
Yeah.
really hammered then.
Are you surprised or not by Edmund's personality?
It's funny because when we were in the pods, like being in the lounge, we would hear Edmund literally like yelling Calabria, like from the other side. So I feel like I kind of had like a taste of the Edmund, like what he was, very eccentric. I think I was a little bit surprised, just at the pool party. Like there was a few moments that I was kind of like, wow, you're having very emotional reactions, or, you're very intense. I think that's a
Yeah.
good way to describe Edmund, is very intense.
Well, watching it back,
A lot of energy.
Nally and I have had a disagreement on this. I just think he is incredibly eccentric and emotional. But did you, back to like, was it the ending of episode 6? I think a lot of people are divided by Edmund's reaction. Obviously, when we're talking about sex and things like that, it's a heightened topic, and I think people are just more keen on reading reactions and what people are saying. But from your perspective, putting yourself in Calabria's shoes, how did you see how Edmund handled that situation? How did you read his tears? Some people found it manipulative. Me, I not so much, but I'm curious about your perspective.
Well, I first want to say I think KB handled that situation with such grace. I personally would have been very angry if somebody was pressuring me to have sex. As far as Edmund's reaction, I think something that's important to know is, he grew up in foster care. He speaks openly about that. And I think that when you have an upbringing like that, it lends itself to, developmental differences. And I think that he had to kind of learn through foster care. I get attention when I act out. I get love when I act a certain way. Of course, these are just my thoughts. I haven't spoken to Edmund directly. So I think that what you're seeing is he's having an emotional reaction to something and maybe doesn't know exactly where to place that and how to appropriately communicate it.
Wow.
When you're in the pods, and because we saw, I think it was Sparkle Megan. Was it Ryan? Is that the guy she didn't pick? Mike. They asked each other what they're wearing in one scene. And if I'm in the pods, I would ask that every time, because I just feel like someone's style, how they dress themselves, how they carry themselves, like matters to me. Like, did you ask questions like that? And what was some of the common questions that you asked the people you dated to try to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure you're thinking of a lot of questions of like, I can't ask this. I don't want to seem superficial, but how do I ask questions that give me insight into who they are?
Well, I wanted insight into the character. I wasn't so much focused on like, what are you wearing? What are you thinking? But we absolutely, Joe and I had many, many times like, oh, like, what are you wearing today? And we'd kind of like giggle and laugh about it because he's like explaining his outfit. I'm like, that just sounds like such a man outfit. Like, I can't even like comprehend what that looks like. So we did talk a lot about, what we were wearing. We asked those questions. Questions that I asked personally, I asked a lot of times, do you know your attachment style? That was something that I was very interested in because I am a little bit more of a disorganized attachment. So I do not do well with avoidant attachment.
Was that Joe's?
So I would definitely kind of ask questions like that. I don't know actually what his is. Honestly, I don't think he had done the testing. So he wasn't sure what his was. Through my experience, I would actually say he might be more disorganized like me, where it's kind of a mix of avoidant and anxious.
I know Joe's getting a lot of heat and deservedly so. That being said, just for the sake of grace, what are some of the qualities that maybe people didn't get to see from Joe that you did that, explained why you fell for this man?
Yeah. In the pods, he was so adamant about choosing me. I mean, he was like so sure of me. And I think that's a really great quality, is that he was so loyal. He was so like gung-ho, committed. I mean, literally, I was the one being like, no, I think you should still see out your other connections because I'm still seeing my other connections out, Like I literally went to proposal day with somebody else because I was still trying to see, is this for, I wanted to be sure. He was
that
so
other
sure.
person?
And I think that was a really, oh, he's not even shown on the show. So
Fuck him.
yeah. And we're friends.
Okay.
But he had these moments, kind of like these quiet moments where I felt like there was just really deep connection. And I don't know how to articulate that as a character trait, but he kind of there were moments that I felt grounded with him. And so there were times that I did feel a grounding energy. And he really was in general very reassuring, I would say. In general, I would be kind of on eggshells, but then I would feel reassured. So yeah, I mean, I think in the pods, I just really, he was so consistent. He was so consistent in the pods. And that was something that I was really looking for, is somebody to kind of ground me. Cause I think that I can be a little bit more, I'm an emotional person. I feel everything. And so I can be a little bit back and forth on emotions. And I felt like he was very grounding and very centered in the pods.
Well, Madison, I really appreciate you taking the time. I know you have to get going. Do you have any final thoughts before we let you go? We got to keep it short though, because you do have to go.
Okay. No, honestly, thank you so much for having me. Like, I just want everybody to know that if you're your truest self, the true love will find you. So.
Well, we really appreciate it. We've really enjoyed watching you. It's been a ton of fun. Best of luck the rest of the way. We're excited to see how things play out. But just know that you have fans and us here at the Viall Files.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
All right, take care, Madison.
Bye.
Bye.
You know that moment when it's almost 6 p.m., the kids are hungry, and you're staring into the fridge holding half a snack pouch, 2 grapes, and 0 dinner plan? Well, Nally and I have been there before for sure, and it turns out parenthood does not come with a meal plan. That's why we've stopped stressing over last-minute meals and started using Little Spoon, today's episode sponsor. They deliver real food for babies, toddlers, and big kids straight to your door, so mealtime actually feels easy. At our house, the big hit lately is grass-fed beef meatball biteables. River thinks it's basically meatballs with mini mac and cheese. We love that it's loaded with hidden veggies like butternut squash and carrots that we didn't have to peel, chop, or beg anyone to take a little bite. We both win. Their recipes are made with pediatricians, packed with hidden veggies, and your kids will definitely ask for more. Everything is made with real ingredients, no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or dyes. It's a rare combo of convenient and healthy. Little Spoon is the first baby and toddler food company that set strict, publicly available standards for heavy metals, pesticides, and more in their food for peace of mind. Plus, having their meals and snacks show up at our door every 2 weeks, the convenience can't be beat, and knowing that your kids are eating healthy and safe foods is something that Natalie and I care a lot about, and I know a lot of you parents listening do as well. Little Spoon frees up time for the things that really matter without compromising on ingredients. So many times you're busy and you just, you don't have the ingredients in your fridge, and you do not want to compromise on the quality that you're feeding your kids, and Little Spoon really comes through for Natalie and I to make sure that River is eating good tasting, healthy ingredients that are ready when you need them. And also, here's another exciting part about Little Spoon. Little Spoon is now at Target. So on your next diaper run, you can also grab baby and kids snacks, pouches, yogurt smoothies, and bars. Plus, Target has an exclusive frozen line. Think their cult favorite chicken nuggets, meatballs, and sliders. Find them in the snack and frozen aisles. We are definitely obsessed with Little Spoon, and you will be too. Little Spoon is the mealtime hack parents can't stop talking about. Try their no prep, nutrient-packed meals and snacks for babies, toddlers, and big kids. Get 50% off your first online order at littlespoon.com/VIALL with code VIALL at checkout. That's Little Spoon, LITTLESPOON.com/VIALL. And don't forget to use our show's code for 50% off your first order. Well, you know, we are young parents, and as River gets older, we're looking for ways to help her development. You know, we want her to have fun, but like, let's learn while we have fun. And we discovered KiwiCo, and we are obsessed with them. Let me tell you a little bit about them. KiwiCo is on a mission to inspire the next generation of innovators by building creative confidence and providing tools and skills for creative problem solving and critical thinking. They deliver hands-on activity kits called Crates for children of all ages with the goal of making STEM learning fun, engaging, and accessible to everyone. With KiwiCo, kids learn the fundamentals through hands-on projects and progressively build their skills with each new project they work on. Watch your kid grow from learning to build bows and arrows to engineering their robot. Now, River's not engineering anything, but now that she's older than 6 months, the one thing River loves that we got her, and we love what it does, it's the pop-up shape sorter puzzle. It's so much fun to see River develop. Every day she's learning, and it's great to find fun toys for your kids that help with their development, and KiwiCo is perfect for that. And like everything else in this world, it's delivered right to your door, so you don't have to worry about going out shopping. You can have the great toys that are helping your kids develop delivered right to your door. I know all you parents out there are looking for fun and safe ways for your kids to develop, and KiwiCo has cracked the code on all of it. So if you want to get your child to have some fun and learn while they're doing so, you got to check out KiwiCo. Tinker, create, and innovate with KiwiCo. Get up to 50% off your first crate at kiwico.com. Promo code VIALL. That is kiwico.com. Promo code VIALL. That's up to 50% off your first crate at KIWICO.com. Promo code VIALL. All right, what do we all think of Madison?
I loved her. Can I also say, did she kind of
Gorgeous.
resemble Stassi Schroeder a little bit?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
I see it, yeah.
I kept looking at her and I was like, I wonder if she ever gets that because she's really giving a Stassi Schroeder
Did she
moment.
dye her hair? Is it darker?
It's darker.
Really not doing Joe any favors here.
I'm just not.
That guy,
a
I don't
fan.
know.
She doesn't have to do him any favors.
No, I'm not saying she should. I'm just
What if they're married?
noticing.
What if?
If they're married, then God bless them.
Yeah.
Two souls that understand each other because I don't get it.
Some people
Yeah.
just like the bait and switch of like, I hate you 1 second, I love you.
Yeah, toxicity breeds
little
horniness.
Drama.
sometimes.
Everybody needs some drama,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean,
Yeah.
Joe is, to me, he's just clearly panicking, and he's just like, I think there was that scene where the rest of the guys, and they're like, hey, we're 3 weeks out. And he was like, 3 weeks? I
The
mean,
face.
Joe is in absolute spiral mode. And
That-
like
He's finding anything he can
Yeah.
to like
Yeah.
start a fight.
and he desperately wants Madison to break up with him. Like
yeah.
the classic guy move, where it's just like, break up with me. Don't make me the asshole. I just, he is sabotaging the relationship for the sake of self-preservation.
I think my thing with Joe is that obviously a lot of people go on the show with the thought that they could potentially get married. But Joe really doesn't seem like he has any intention of marriage when you're going on a show where the plot is to do that. And so it's
Yeah.
just a bit confusing. Like,
He's
does
like, wait, we get married at the end of
yeah,
this?
yeah. Did he read his contract?
What show did you sign up for?
Yeah.
Because this is ending in marriage.
Uh-huh.
At least Allie is like, to me, Allie is in it just for fame. Like my guess is she's already filmed a season of Perfect Match. Like
Oh, wow.
She's
real.
so
she's
hot.
playing the long game. You know what I'm saying? And like,
Mhm.
she's gonna like, my prediction with Allie and what's his name?
Anton.
Anton.
Is she is gonna be the coolest partner, super chill, everything is fine, and at the very end, she's gonna say no.
I don't think she's in it for the fame. I think
Really?
like,
Why?
she
Tell-
she doesn't like that Anton's partying. Like she wants to be a stay-at-home person. She's a nurse, and nurses could be in it for the fame. Don't get me wrong, but like she seems sweet and wholesome. Like to me, I saw her and I was like, oh, this is a reminder that like hot, nice people exist.
You
I don't know. It was
Everyone on
definitely
The
a weird-
Bachelor is a nurse.
It was a weird conversation that she had with Anton about like, has anyone ever put makeup on you? And he was like, no. And she was like, I'm gonna put makeup on you. It was like, I mean, okay, I guess, but like, why?
She's just weird. I don't think she's like
I like her.
in it for the fame.
No, I like her too, but I mean,
I want to be clear. When I say in it for the fame, that is not like me saying this is a bad person. This is a TV show. Like we all, like everyone.
they're all in it for the fame.
They're all
Yeah.
to some degree. I just think Allie's playing it like she has the self-awareness. Like, you know, for me, right? Like, it's not like when I first went on The Bachelorette, I didn't like do it for the fame, but I, you know, like there was like when I signed up for it, there was like, hey, I'm on TV. This is exciting. This is cool. There's an ego part of it. Like when I got into the Bachelor world, I lost my mind and got sucked into that world where Allie has the self-awareness, I think, that she sees past the bubble. Like she's never fully losing herself in this experiment. And I think in the back of her mind, she's like, perfect match, perfect match, perfect match.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to do great on it.
There was
She's gonna thrive.
in one of the teasers, there was like a clip of Anton like saying she doesn't like clean up after herself too, which was interesting.
I think he's more OCD and she's just a little messy.
I love a messy queen, as one myself. Mm-hmm.
Representation matters.
Hey, it really does.
Yeah, there's a huge difference between like leaving food out and being filthy and just like
Clothes everywhere.
when you take off your clothes, like your bathroom floor being full of like sweatpants and sweaters and
you'll get to it
like
eventually.
Yeah.
Dirty and messy are two different things.
Yeah, I'm not dirty.
Ooh.
I'm not dirty. I'm messy.
Well, do y'all think Todd Napolia is dirty or messy?
Both.
Oh
Both,
my
Diva.
God. He's not dirty.
Wait.
He's just messy.
I don't know. I think he's kind of.
I think a lawsuit implies dirty. That's
A
pretty.
$10 million lawsuit against
Yeah.
Bravo.
For what?
Defamation.
Where I'm like, can you sue the entire network?
By
for
the
that?
way, we've transitioned to Housewives for anyone.
Wait, are we not
going
going to talk about Nick and Annie?
Oh my God. Wait.
No.
Nobody else was confused?
Their argument.
Oh
watched
yeah,
it.
that was bonkers.
I watched it
That was
twice. I was
a
like, what is
wild
going on?
argument. No, I kept rewinding because I was like, why is she so upset? I like really couldn't figure it out. And then what got me is when she like kept being like, I don't fucking need you. I don't need you. I don't need you in my life.
Okay,
I don't need
like
you.
I guess I'll just leave.
And he kept being like, I hear you. I hear you. Like he has way more patience than I would.
This is a PSA for all new couples. Do not have serious conversations when someone is wasted. That girl was literally drunk.
Was she?
She wasn't having the same conversation he was. She kept jumping back in, being like, I don't need you, or like coming in with a completely different thing. I was like, that girl is not coherent to what's going on.
I would have
Yeah,
been
it's also like it's not sounding the way you meant it to sound because it's coming across as like way harsh. It's like I want you. I mean, we're arguing semantics, but like I want Natalie to want and need me. Like I don't want it to be like, you know what? Honestly, I could do without you.
There's a way to say that to where I'm like, I understand her trying to empower herself of being like, I don't need you in my life. I'm choosing to have you in my life because you add to it, because you benefit, because I benefit from having you around.
I
see what she's trying to say, but that's where I was like, even when she was repeating things back, I was like, that's not what was said. So that's how I know you're not in your right mind.
I will say though,
she absolutely did not stick the landing.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And it was one of those moments where I was like, how did we get here? Because the whole argument was about like how she felt like she was more into him than he was into her. And then she was like, I don't need you. And he's like, what? I was like,
he's like
how
trying
did
to
we
hold
get
her
here?
hand and she's like brushing him away. And then he's like, I've been trying and you keep pushing me. She's like, well, then come here.
Yeah.
It's like,
Honestly, I just think she's overheating with that much hair on her head.
No, don't do her.
It's just I
extension.
can't.
I don't know,
Like,
you guys.
I'm all for an extension. You know, pop off queens, but like that is just so much hair on that tiny person.
You guys, I support however they want to communicate. You know, love is love when it comes to the two of them.
I see what you did there.
Mhm.
I will say in Annie's defense, I get irritated when like I feel an issue and someone's talking to me overly peaceful. So when Nick was like, just go to bed. It's okay. Just go to bed. I would have been irritated too.
I mean, I hate the saying, tomorrow's a new day.
Yeah, I'm still gonna be pissed.
I'll wake up with hate in my heart. I don't care.
No, there's nothing that irks me more than somebody feeling comfortable to just go to bed in the middle of an argument where I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
And you know it's probably like 2, 3 a.m. So he's like, it's already a new day. Let's just move on.
Let's end
get
this.
past it.
Although Natalie and I have learned in therapy that like, and it's such a fine line because like we all grow up with this idea of like don't go to bed angry and things like that. But like that also doesn't mean you need to finish a fight and finish an argument.
Mhm.
And like we've had to learn how to in our few very selective, very once in a while fights.
Yes.
And it's always Natalie, and it really pisses me off. And she's right too because she's like, we're finishing this later, and I'm like,
Like no matter what, we can be pissed, but like we'll get in the bed and be like, by the way, still love you. We could talk about it tomorrow, but I do love you. And then that's like it. And then you go to bed and then you wake up and you go about your day. And then maybe around like, I don't know, 4 or 5 p.m. the next day, you're like, hey, let's chit chat about what happened yesterday.
Circling back.
You guys
Something
are so
like that.
sweet.
it usually works.
But speaking of messy and dirty,
No, Todd Napola, Oh my god! First of all,
Didn't
his
he name
Adriana
Adriana?
Demora. Yeah, he already
I wonder
crashed
how she
out
feels.
on a live stream.
Give us
like, a month
context. We're a
ago.
little all over the place. Someone.
We already know that Todd crashed out on a live stream like a month ago, being like, I only agreed to participate this because they said they were going to tell the truth. And then I saw the first 3 episodes and it's them lying about me. And he's specifically referencing like the housewives, like her castmates, like forcing her to paint him in like this negative light. And in that live stream, he was like, I'm not broke. I own a shopping center. Like he owns real estate. So
Yeah.
like,
I can assure you, without ever seeing a Bravo contract, the contract doesn't say, we'll make sure that we show you in the light that you want.
Yeah.
right. And he was saying something, if I remember correctly, in the live stream that like Bravo also promised him, or the producers promised him that it would be like a good light, which I don't think they
He
would
still
do
signed a
that.
contract that
Mhm.
says, we can do whatever the fuck we want.
With your likeness and with your consent. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm so confused. And I'm like, and you chose of all types of people to marry a housewife.
Yeah. He also named Adriana Demora for alleging multiple times that she had heard that they were having
Well,
some money trouble.
So this is in the lawsuit, but to like wrap up the live stream part, remember he said that the reason they divorced was because of housewives.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the whole conversation, that he was like, you guys are the reason that I divorced Alexia because I had to divorce her to protect my peace.
Right.
And like now in this lawsuit, he's suing Bravo for defamation. And Adriana Demora, like Mary said, she was she just openly spoke on the show about how she heard that.
She also
there's
said
money
it was
troubles.
directly from Todd.
That would
Yeah.
be like John Barlow suing Bravo.
But that's
You
what I'm saying.
know?
You fought so hard to get yourself, what does Miami have? A martini or a cocktail.
Mhm.
And yet now that you're being talked about, you don't like the way that you're being talked about. So you want to sue. It's like, there's no way that Bravo doesn't have something in their contract to protect against this, because like anybody could say that. You know that you're going to get edited. You know that there's hours of filming that we don't get to see the full context. So you shouldn't be signing up for this, let alone marrying a housewife. Do you want to sue them?
And he does allege that he didn't sign a contract for specific moments in season 6 and 7. So I think
I don't think it works like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that, that definitely didn't happen.
It's not a
It's like,
pay
I'm
by
signing a contract
day.
for only this next hour of filming,
Yeah.
and nothing further.
And
Yeah.
you're talking about Bravo, where there's been such more insidious shit that has happened in past seasons,
Yeah.
years and years ago, that Bravo by now in the Lord's year 2025 knows how to protect themselves from
I'm
this.
still really, really rooting for a Judge Judy type show of Bravo lawsuits. Like, I want it so
That
bad.
would be great.
I want it so bad.
This is just, to Sierra's point, this is a lawsuit that like is the bottom of the barrel out of all the lawsuits that have existed. Like this one's like, okay.
If you did not watch the Real Housewives of Miami reunion part 1, or you did and you don't remember what happened, here is your rapid recap. It's reunion time. Andy speaks a little Spanish. Dale, said like Pitbull, dale. It's a little Italian. I don't know. I'll work on it. Larsa's dating another NBA player and nature is healing. Alexia and Todd are no contact for sure. But she does admit the narcissist party was in fact about Todd. Gertie doesn't accept anyone's apology, re Julia throwing water and overall being a demon. She also doesn't think she took it to social media. However, the microscopic dots on her Instagram stories may disagree, Diva Lena. Gertie also addresses the literacy crisis in America, claiming her text receipts did prove her case. The girls just don't read. Stephanie Sojay, serving the Riddler chic, is proud of being filthy rich, but does want to work on her tone. Adriana feels like there is a dagger in her heart because she's not Julia's kid's godmother. Why does she care so much? Maybe it's because Julia is friends with Alexia and Marisol now, or maybe it's because Julia and Adriana slept together in the Hamptons. Overall, who topped? If God is good, we'll find out in part 2 of the reunion.
That's
Of course,
crazy.
Mary.
What a
Crazy
very
psycho.
casual way of saying I cheated on my wife.
Right?
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Martina
Do we
Navratilova.
think
She's
she
like, we were
gave-
just going through something. I'm like, I guess.
I
Do
mean,
we think she gave Adriana the heads up that she was going to bring that up?
Absolutely not.
No.
Do you think she didn't pick her as her godmother because she thought she was bad in bed?
or because she had a tryst.
I think what they alluded to is that Adriana, the flashbacks, Adriana was alluding to, well, you don't want me to say something. You don't want me, it's going to be dark if I say it. And I think Julia was like, well, I'm going to just say it for you.
And listen, I
We
hate to
hooked
come
up.
for Julia, but like I do feel like this is Julia's Hail Mary pass at like,
is.
please keep me on for next season.
But also, we don't know
Mhm.
that it was a cheating. I mean, it could have been open. That's why I think she was
No, she
intentionally.
said, no. In the preview for the next one, she said that someone asked if they were open and she said no, they were going through a tough time in their marriage.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, there you go. I
Which,
tried Julia.
So,
I mean, that's
shitty.
quite the Hail Mary. I mean,
It
task
is.
completed.
It's kind of
Like-
giving Sheena a sorry, but like throwing your like marriage under the bus to be like, well, maybe I'll get to stay on a show. Like that's crazy. I hope like Martina's heard about this before, and is she okay with that being exposed to the world?
She had to
She'll
have
probably
heard it.
tweet about it.
Using football references, calling an audible here. Can we just like circle back to the drama that's going on between Lala and Sheena? Like, what's going on there?
They are going back and forth, but not. I don't know. I haven't seen Sheena's latest retort back, but Lala responded about Sheena saying that Lala threw a tantrum or something in front of her kid while they were on the phone or something and cussed her out.
Do you think this is all performative and like be on TV?
100%.
Okay, so the whole thing is that people are saying, remember the whole Tamra said that Sheena had said that her biggest dream is to be on the Orange County Housewives. A lot of people think that this is coming back and forth because Sheena's bitter about Lala being consistently on the Valley and Sheena not booking that, I guess, or not filming for that. But at the end of the day, it is really hard to tell because, I mean, they share pretty much a wall in Palm Springs. They have houses right next to each other. Their kids go to school together. So I'm like throwing these like hits at each other back and forth. I'm like, who is this helping or hurting?
It's just like, yeah, because it's like if you're really fighting, do you really fully take it online constantly?
I think it was
Especially
just,
someone who they consider to be that close of friends.
Yeah.
I mean, she called Sheena's podcast fucking insufferable. Like, I'm like, you know what I mean? Just like, it's like you're going for each other's work. You're saying these things about stories about being a bad parent in front of children. Like, I'm like, these are also hits that you don't really come back from. And neither one of you are on a show together that this serves.
I think it's orchestrated.
Right.
So I'm like, orchestrated for what?
I have a theory and no evidence to this, just my own theory that since they were best friends 2 seconds ago, that they were like, okay, let's
That's
just go
not
for it.
working.
And like the next season's off limits, or like we can rehash after, but like, let's just make it something.
Like, I would understand that if they were on VPR together, but it's like,
I mean, it's Valley drama. And like Sheena's being teased with Alex Baskin for OC for probably an appearance. But I think it's just like they know that it's going to serve them in the long run to stay relevant.
I mean, let's be real. Like, they're professional reality TV stars that are out of work.
yeah.
And all they know is this is like, this is all they know. It's like,
Create
think about
conflict,
being
yeah.
But
a
Lala's
teacher.
not out of work.
It's just like they don't want to consider a career change.
Right, but like Lala's on a show right now, so she could choose not to respond to Sheena at all.
Yeah, Sheena she's on it too, technically, the
No,
Valley.
she didn't film, I guess, for this season.
Didn't we see her for scenes, but she just hasn't been in most of them?
Well, she wasn't on the trip, is what
Yeah.
I saw.
You're talking about last season or this season?
This season, I thought they both were kind of.
It's Schwartz and Lala filming with
Oh,
the
well.
cast. Sheena was rumored to have after her book came out, but
Sheena's gonna
There's-
see Valley season 4.
Put Sheena on Miami. Have her hook up with Julia next. They'll both do it.
I'm honestly shocked that the girls defended going back to Miami. The girls defended not having Gertie's back with the throwing water. It's like, how do you?
it's just weird that they're all like, well, you didn't stand up for me 2 years ago. And it's like, but I bet you would have liked it if somebody did.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like, why
Right.
are we justifying throwing things at each other? Maybe y'all just stop doing that because you're grown-ass women.
I just it's really, I just can't with Julia.
Yeah.
There's
Me
just,
either.
this is coming from me. Usually if I see 2 housewives hooked up, I'm like, this is for me. Hell yeah, this is what I want on TV. But I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, Julia, how are you gay, evil, and boring?
That was crazy.
That's crazy.
I think I kind of like her. She's hot, but also the
She
season.
is hot.
She's not
I'm not
giving
saying
this
she's
season.
not hot.
Julia's definitely hot. Yeah.
Julia's hot.
But anyways, Lars is dating another NBA player, which I find,
Beautiful.
yeah, she's
And
going
of
to be
course, he's backstage watching.
So random.
What was she saying
Of
about her
course.
feet photos or something? She was just like, the way that she
At
affords,
least pick a different sport.
she's got a type. Okay. Well, no, because Marcus didn't even play basketball, did he?
I don't know.
I think he
I'm
was
sure
just
he
the
tried.
son of a famous
He was
NBA
the
player.
son of Michael Jordan.
Thank you.
Who, yeah, because
If
she
you're
was
going to date
Larsa
the son
Pippen.
of, it might as well be the greatest basketball player to ever play the game.
Yeah.
And
That
it
is
might as
fair.
well be the son of your ex-husband's former teammate.
That you
That's so
absolutely
messy.
allegedly did not call the
Yeah.
paparazzi on.
Yeah.
Well, we also have dipped our toes into Potomac, and
I'm in.
boy, are we happy we did.
It's awesome.
I love Potomac.
So she did hire an actor to play her partner?
Maybe.
Well, we have a rapid recap if
Yep.
you'd want me to
Yeah, please.
get into
By all
that.
means,
We
yeah.
can. We're starting off strong with some dramatic Karen Huger sentencing footage. Giselle and Ashley Darby hope she can stay in AARP section of jail. Thomas Jefferson's concubine is mentioned. Stacy is claiming she didn't pay TJ to be her love interest last season and says he is remorseful. TJ and the girls disagree. TJ is suing her. Stacy can't be friends with women who don't support other women and storms off. She's also back with her ex-husband, Timo. Kay and Greg broke up, but then went to Jamaica and got back together. Her mom isn't pleased. Dr. Wendy and Eddie are slaying life, but her kids don't think she's a real doctor. Ashley Darby is now officially divorced. Remember the photo shoot? We sure do. She also is trying to figure out if TJ is suing Stacy, who says that the truth is that she's forgiven him. Stacy's divorce is also not in the Virginia database, and her breath is allegedly bad. So no one knows what's going on with her. We've also got 2 new friends, Angel, who loves matcha and hiking and mindfulness, and Tia, who is a British Nigerian princess. Kay is mad at Dr. Wendy because she didn't say hi to her at an event. Stacy calls Ashley the devil because she wants to see her divorce papers. Overall, Potomac rocks. I'm very excited to see what happens next. It was strange that Kay had like such an issue with like that whole disagreement with Wendy. I was so, I'm like, so yeah, you wanted her to wave at you while she's speaking on stage. She's like, well, a friend would have given you a friendly nod.
I mean, it definitely seems like, and this is the first season of Potomac I've watched, so I don't know like the lore, like what, if there's anything previously between Kay and Wendy, but it definitely just seems like Kay feels very invalidated by Wendy and is just like projecting.
Stacy's, her ability to lie is
Awesome.
shocking.
Is she lying though?
Not in her mind.
No, because
sure.
like, yeah, it's just like I just don't need to talk about it.
I've forgiven him.
I don't need to talk about imaginary people.
I wonder who it was. She's like, she's not imaginary. And her name is, and then they bleeped it.
It's very reminiscent to me of when Brooks lied about cancer and how Vicky reacted to it in Orange County. But it was just very like, you know, you've done something wrong. So of course, instead of wanting to defend yourself, you're kind of like, listen, why don't we just let bygones be bygones? But if somebody else did this, you would not let it go.
Also, it's not confirmed just yet that she lied.
It's
like,
not
we're still gonna unfold it. You know?
But also, why isn't her divorce in the database?
I mean, because she's with the guy again.
I know, but she said that her divorce was finalized. So just because they're like back having dinners together doesn't mean they remove it from the database.
Stacy's not the lawyer. Maybe she thought it was finalized and they pulled it at the right time.
No, and I love that Stacy was trying to make it seem as if Ashley did these gymnastics to get these results to find out that she's not in the database, where it was just like, it's a really easy search. Anybody has the 10 minutes to do this.
Yeah.
Speaking of, just for context, like them bleeping that name, that is a person, the person whose name they bleep, who didn't sign a Bravo contract.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I'm saying? Like when we watch this shit and people complain, Bravo knowing they're an easy target for a frivolous lawsuit, like that's how careful they are. They don't fuck around to find out. So like when these people like claim this crazy shit and then sue, like it's just a bunch of egomaniacs who just didn't like their edit.
Same with OC, the guy that allegedly
from the band,
the singer guy that Tamra allegedly slept with.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I'm coming out as a Ashley Darby super fan.
Yeah, same.
Love her.
Sorry, Ashley Darby being referred to as a duchess, coming down the stairs where she could barely come down the stairs because her dress was so big.
Yeah.
Wait, what is
for
it?
her second bloom.
Thank you. That was the second blossom, second bloom. I've never heard of this.
I haven't either. Yeah.
I hear it. Maybe this is crazy. I understood her completely. I was like, no, I get what you're doing. You're finally divorced. You're so happy about it. It took 10 years. And now this is your second coming.
What's Giselle? What is she famous for other than Housewives? I feel like I know where I've seen her. I've only seen one episode, but she walks and carries herself like she is the number one guy, so to speak.
She is.
Like she's the queen of this cast.
Her ex is Jamal Harrison Bryant, so just a pastor, right?
Oh.
Or a famous politician.
A pasture or a pastor?
Pasture? Oh my God, I didn't realize my dad was a pasture.
Who called somebody a pasture?
What? I have
That
no
was
clue what you're
Justin.
talking about. But to go
Justin
on...
I did.
Oh no, Tamra did it seasons ago in Orange County, and I was watching it. Yeah.
Oh, well, picking up on Giselle, I know Justin will agree with me. If you want some great Giselle content, you need to watch Ultimate Girls Trip Season 3
Yes.
in Thailand.
Yeah, like you're missing out on the Candace of it all.
Yeah.
She was good TV. I know they wanted her back. I know Monique's coming back, which is crazy because Candace isn't back this season.
Mm-hmm. Also, in that season, you get Giselle interacting with Heather and Whitney from Salt Lake City, which is pretty great.
Well, speaking of Whitney, she's dancing on a pole.
She's back.
Do you want to
She's
get a
back.
pole in the house, babe?
You know, I don't know if it fits my like decor style. Definitely. Well, if you have no idea what we're talking about, here's your rapid recap for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Angie says Lisa does French fries. She does franchises. She also says Fresh Wolf belongs at Walmart. Heather goes into peacemaker mode and gets Lisa to apologize to everyone but Whitney. Mary thinks tequila tastes like hospital because all smells have a taste. Whitney is no longer a CEO, so she's ready to get back on her pole diva. Bronwyn and Lisa sit down and hash things out. Lisa clarifies she does not think Bronwyn is a whore, and that, my darlings, is what we call growth. Mary pulled a Viall files and got a whole new setup for her church, and we finally get to see Lunatic Fringe. Angie is stepping back behind the chair to give Heather a perm. Amazing. No notes. Oh, also Lisa's assistant came in and picked up the Fresh Wolf product, and Lisa called her Salon Dusty via text message. Brittany is trying to be friends with Whitney. Also, she's back with Jared again. Brittany also can't conceptualize taking a break from dating for her daughter's sake. Whitney is really trying with this girl. Bronwyn's mom has a lot of opinions about her parenting style. That whole situation, yikesies. Meredith and Angie are no Laverne and Shirley, but they're trying. Angie also wants Meredith to know that Lisa is not the Laverne to her Shirley, but begs the question, what if Meredith wants to be Laverne? Then it's revealed that Lisa encouraged Angie to dig up dirt on Meredith's family to use as ammo last year. Meredith isn't sure she believes this, but she is sure going to find out. Overall, will we get Mary's dream scenario, which is Meredith and Angie team up on Lisa? A girl can hope.
I really felt for Bronwyn in this episode. I mean, like,
So sad.
there are good parents and there are bad parents. And I know all parents want to think they're good parents. But, like, when your child goes through some traumatic experience and certainly getting pregnant at a young age, not knowing what you can do. And a lot of parents do this when parents make it about how they look to their friends and their community. Bronwyn carrying this kind of trauma with her mom, I really felt for her. And the fact that her mom like still speaks from that point of view
While she's taking care of her.
Yeah.
it's just ugh.
To throw out, like, she would have gone to foster care.
Yeah, no, I was like, that was dark.
That was really dark.
As if there was like a possibility or something, or that like Bronwyn wasn't capable if she didn't help, but heaven forbid.
It just really gives me a lot of empathy for Bronwyn. I think some of the like issues I've had with her is how she really just does seem to kind of like talk a bit out of both sides of her mouth to like really want people to like her. And she's been open about really needing people to like her. And watching this interaction with her mom just gives me like a lot, like my heart hurts for her in that way of like, I understand her.
Like
a
why
lot
she
more
can't
now.
let Lisa go. And like we're like, oh my God, if
she's just really, she needs that approval from people. And anyway, I just really hope that she can like get over that and realize.
I feel bad for Gwen.
I know.
Like, she clearly is still in a place where she just like, how can you sit there as a grandmother to this now like 18-year-old who you are living with and still come from this point of view and not be like, I am so grateful. I love her so much. Like, I'm so glad we did what we did back then, or you did what you did. Like, the fact that she's still like, that was incredibly hard for me and for your father, who has like, okay, I feel like we can move past that.
This is a whole ass person with a beautiful life. I wish more young mothers were supported, to make whatever decision they want to make for themselves. And I just think for all the conversations around young mothers, it's, I think they should be supported. They should be, whatever they want to do, they should do, but they should also not be scared into making various decisions.
Especially by like your own mom. Like, to not have your mom be like, you know what, I'm disappointed that this is what happened, but like, now you have a baby and this is real, and like let's get our shit
20
together.
years later,
I'm
she's still
here to help
slut
you.
shaming her daughter.
Like crazy.
The not buying her pregnant daughter clothes, but buying those sisters clothes, like that.
That was like really just like made my stomach.
Telling the attendant that, like that's you want to
For
hurt
Bronwyn
her.
to take care of her mother the way she is, saint.
Yeah.
Hero.
Oh, same for sure.
Like, good fucking person. Like a lot of people wouldn't. Like, there's so many people out there that rightfully so, like, hang on to so much anger from their parents. And Bronwyn's ability to forgive and still take care of her mom is she's a good fucking person.
Do we think Heather left the salon with only 4 strands into a perm, or?
Yes, let's please talk about
It was a
that.
water perm. It wasn't a real perm.
What's the difference?
I just also really, really loved Angie being like, yeah, I don't really have my license anymore. Let's test it back on Heather.
Yeah.
And like Heather came in and her hair looked great. So I'm like, if I'm Heather, I'm like, bitch, don't do this to me today. Like my hair actually looks good. Like wait till it's greasy.
But this is where I give producer Heather Gay credit because she was like, no, this is great
It's
content. Like, of course I'm going to do it.
Putting those little
It's true.
granny rollers
And
on
Lisa,
her.
what the fuck, Lisa? I thought we were good.
Yeah.
No, you're never good with Lisa.
You're never good
and
with
I love
Lisa.
her,
Yes.
but
Like, was it bad for Angie to like maybe go for Lisa's kids'
that
products?
was random. Something had to be cut out of that conversation.
Yeah.
Because why did she bring up the product out of nowhere?
Because Kerastos was brought up.
Kerastos, yeah.
Well, because Angie's supporting this product in her store, and Lisa just like punted on it.
Yeah, so then Angie's
She's
gonna
like,
hit
you know
back.
what? My son's product isn't good. Whatever. We're moving on.
He's like, I'm going to partner with Kerastos and not my son's brand.
Like,
But also, let's not pretend it's like actually her son's brand. It's her brand that like is like, you know.
It's her
that's
son's
even
brand.
worse.
I
that she,
guess.
Does
like-
she
But-
market it at all?
She did yesterday, last night when the episode dropped.
Yeah.
The first
She
I've heard
tweeted
of
about
it.
All we know that it is, according to Angie, it should be in Walmart.
I mean, to be fair, if I'm Lisa, I would have done the exact same thing of like being like, oh, I'm just going to take the product if you think it's like sea line and you talk shit on it. But then I wouldn't have gone as far as Lisa did to then be like, well, you're using someone else's credit card to go on vacations. It's like, wait a second. I thought you were the one using someone else's credit card. Now Angie's using someone else's credit
You know
card?
what it is giving? Not to quote my queen, but her being like, well, I heard that Brandy slept with someone else in this group. And everybody being like, okay, girl. Like, you're just saying the same thing that we accused you of. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
Literally.
Angie
Yeah.
goes deep, and that's the thing. She doesn't need to, like, she didn't need to bring the son into it, but it's because Lisa was sitting here, exactly what Heather said, counting her change, being
Yeah.
like, you don't own this amount. And I was like, why is this an argument that these housewives do where they're like trying to pull inventory on their castmates, being like, you actually own 1.7%, not 2. And
That
it's-
was crazy.
I'm
Who
also
gives a
like,
shit?
is that public information?
Angie cuts deep. you
Yeah.
know? Body count hair.
I love her so much. Greek Mafia forever.
Mary, with a father who is a pastor,
Yes.
A, does he refer to it as his church? And B, does he have a portrait of him next to Jesus?
Okay, so funny story.
Yes to the second one.
Your first question, no. He, if anything, he would maybe like consider himself more of like a leader of a parish or like a congregation, but it is like the
Okay.
congregation's church, right? As far as the photo goes, in no churches that he has ever been pastor of, did he have a photo put up of him by choice. However, if you are ever in Sarasota, Florida, and you go to St. Armand's Circle, and you are at St. Armand's Key Lutheran Church, there is a very, very funny painting that is of my dad up in that church that he hates more than anything in the world.
Can
because
we
he
get a
looks,
photograph of said picture?
yes, I can
Is
can
he
find
like
it and give
rising
it to
with
you guys.
Jesus? Like,
No,
what's
no.
the-
Basically, what happened is like every time a pastor would leave, they would like they would commission this painting of a pastor, and they like have all the former pastors
That's
of the church
crazy.
in there. And my dad like did not want it. They did it anyway.
No, but what is he doing? What's the scene?
It's just
Like a portrait.
of him, like in his robe,
Like the president's.
But the thing is, like,
oh, so
my
he's not with Jesus.
no, he's not with Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus is not present in the photo, just in spirit. And he just looks very jolly in it. They gave him like really rosy cheeks, and like my dad and I have like the same like face. So like it's just really funny. And then for Christmas last year, my sister-in-law Madison made us all T-shirts like with that photo and a Santa hat on it.
I knew it.
And he really, really hates it, and he's gonna be really, really mad that I talked about it in such great detail right now. But I think it's the funniest thing in the
Nick,
world.
I have a
So-
question about the Catholic churches that you went to growing up. Was there always like a really overly scary sculpture of Jesus?
I mean, there's, him dying on the cross. But I don't really consider that scary.
Okay, because some of ours were like overly like, okay,
like
that
he's
blood looks
crying
real.
tears of
like,
blood,
That looks like a
yeah.
real human. I was like, I don't know about that.
No, we didn't have any of that.
Catholics get really goth.
Am I understanding Mary's family drama correctly when
Not
that
mine,
she doesn't
for
get
sure.
along with her mom because her mom wanted to marry her step grandfather and Mary got to?
I don't think it's the stepfather. I think the mom wanted to take over
The
the
church.
The church.
And Mary's grandmother, who ran the church, put in her like dying testament or whatever that she wanted her to marry Robert Sr., which she did, and run the church. So like that was the grandma's dying wish.
I think we're getting more details as the seasons go on because like earlier seasons, I think you kind of just know, like, the basics of the grandma promised the marriage of one of her granddaughters to her husband, who's Mary's stepfather.
It's like when you say it like that,
Grandfather.
it just sounds.
I just can't wrap my head
But then
around
also
it.
now we learn the lore that that her mom got arrested at the church at some
Well,
point. Did
and-
I catch that correctly?
I don't
Yeah,
know if it was arrested, but like definitely escorted
call-
out.
Yeah.
When they were saying in the original story, she would say that none of her other siblings wanted to take that up, so then she took it up. But like this episode, we get the context of like the mom wanted to take over the church, and then she specifically anointed Mary, and Mary wasn't a part of the church. Like I don't think we knew that Mary ran away from the church.
No.
Well,
Like, that's new.
yeah. But it didn't. She didn't say that she came back to the church to like take over. I think she at some point had left when she was younger and wasn't going to church, and then they were like, "Oh, you should come back," and she was like, "Okay." She came back potentially. What I'm guessing is down the line from that, after she came back, got more involved again, is when this happened, and they
Yeah.
like saw it in her.
I think we're gonna find out more because I think she intentionally probably kept it vague,
Mm-hmm.
and like now she's choosing to talk about it.
Well, because her mom's recently passed. I think
Yeah.
that was kind of the like reason that she feels like that is close.
And Robert Sr.
Yeah.
also doesn't like Bravo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won't be.
Oh.
So
What's the socialite's name again? They keep
Amy.
flashing her Angie.
Amy.
Amy,
Amy?
the Utah socialite.
If she's trying out, she's not doing a good job.
But even I enjoy her presence. I think just Amy, the Utah socialite, because she's not being given friend of.
They just like flash to her face.
This was gonna say, what is she
I
adding?
don't know.
she had more lines than Maylee
True.
from last season. So
Ooh.
exactly.
Exactly.
Do we think that Meredith and Angie will become friends? I really, really want them to.
I don't know. I kind of hated that Angie did that.
That's what I was gonna say. I wish that like Angie didn't sit down like ready to be like, let's drive the wedge between the two people that couldn't
It
be
was so
stronger.
obvious.
I don't think she
Yeah.
lied though.
I don't think she lied either.
Lisa's hot mic moment. I think we know that Lisa wants other people to dig up alleged stories of Meredith.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go the distance.
Yeah.
She will go the distance. I just, obviously I want the best for my girl, my number one, Meredith Marks. I love Angie so much, and I
love
really just
Angie.
want a Meredith Angie allyship.
I saw in the teaser for the next episode, Angie says like yells at Mary.
I know.
And I was like,
saw
no.
that.
I
was
hated
like,
that.
I don't want this.
I really don't want an Angie Katsuneva's villain edit this season, because then I'll have to support the villain.
I mean, yeah, I stand by Angie.
I think
Honestly,
Angie's mad at us because we had Monica on.
I think a lot of them are mad at us about Monica, but
But guys, we love you.
it's a show. We want all takes. So why don't you
Yeah,
come
we'll
on
play-
here and tell
you
us
know what? Well,
Monica was wrong?
we'll win them over.
We'd love to hear your point of view.
Come hang out with us, please.
All right, well, I think that'll do it for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you to our guest, Madison from Love is Blind. Be sure to check out the reality recap episode from Tuesday so that you can hear the he said, she said between Patrick and Casey. Next week, we get another jam-packed episode. We'll have more Love is Blind guests, as well as Robert Irwin from Dancing with the Stars. He joins us for a Going Deeper along with his partner, Whitney. All that and more next week. Plus, don't forget a special Ask Nick episode with heartthrob Dylan Efron. He helps us answer some of those relationship questions, and we deep dive into some meaningful relationship discussions. That is all next week. Don't forget to vote for yours truly for Sexiest Man in podcasting, apparently.
You're almost going to say alive?
I was.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a dream of mine. Listen, I'm
me?
further than I've ever gotten. And by the way, congratulations to Matt Rogers and Bo and Yang for winning the category. You guys are hot. Anyways, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.